With price rises on everyday goods pushing up the cost of the average food spend,
We're back to help Britain's families by shopping clever and wasting less without scrimping on taste.
We spend too much money on food because we're always on the hop.
I would say that 4 meals a week get thrown away.
we'll be snooping around the nation's kitchens.
There's a whole den of badness in here. Brightening up your winter with vibrant meals for under £6.
Matt's up to his usual capers at the chopping station.
Well, these are very special potatoes. These were rescued from the bin.
I hate the idea of wasting money or food, so I'll be investigating some of our shopping spending habits.
On a £5 bottle of wine, 37p spent on the wine itself.
Extraordinary. Our taste test reveals the best coffee for the least money.
To me, it's like a little smoother. I wasn't a massive fan of tea, to be honest.
Don't be afraid. Just a bit of chicken.
Very nice.
Best I ever tasted, I said.
This is Save Money, Good Food. This is the Puri family from Sidcup in Kent. Mum Sipti, Dad Ankit and their 6-year-old son Arhan. Their cooking is stuck in a rut.
Our routine is so monotonous. And Saturday, Sunday, there'll be like a minced lamb. Tuesday, Wednesday, there'll be salmon. Thursday, some sort of pasta. Purely because we don't know how to cook anything else.
I get bored doing the same old spaghetti. Just the monotonous routine of having the same thing that needs to be broken.
I would like Mummy and Daddy to cook different things.
With the best intentions to shake things up, they often buy new ingredients that end up wasting them money.
If we buy anything different, we'll probably use it once, maybe twice, but 90% of the time
It's going in the bin.
To get variety into their menu, the family spend a fortune on takeaways and restaurant meals as often as twice a week.
Every week, Friday, we have to have a takeout because I'm so knackered. He's so knackered from work. So that's it, easy option.
We plan to do the cooking on a Saturday, but that never works out. We just tend to go out.
I like eating Chinese noodles. There's a golden crispy thing, and inside is a little joke. And on this side it's English, and on the other side it's Italian.
So the challenge is to cut down on our food spend and try something new and different. If we can do that, that'll be amazing.
So while the family's out, we're going to have a snoop around their kitchen and raid their cupboards for ingredients to cook them a surprise meal on their return. But first, I want to find out more about their food habits, so I'm getting in the bin.
Right. Oh.
Break it to me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 baked potatoes. There's so many in here, it looks like they've cooked them for a party and have
Baked
just...
potato party.
It was a baked potato party.
That was a fun pie. Nobody came. Come to my baked potato pie. No thanks.
Tell you what though, I do like a cold baked potato with butter.
What, you're in luck? You got 7.
Look at all those cherry tomatoes.
There's nothing wrong with those.
I know what that'll be.
What?
That'll be a best before date.
These are at their best when they're like that, when they're about to burst.
There's so many tomatoes in there. What have they got against them? The bin is full of things that do suggest they've been bought and then they've run out of ideas.
Yeah.
But I really want to find out just what this family's spending its money on and what might be in the cupboards for Matt to magic up a meal.
That's a good start.
Lots of spices.
Look at that, cardamom, there's loads of stuff going on
Oh,
here.
name that spice.
Ooh, it smells nice. I have no idea what it is. Right, what's in here? So lots of pasta. Do you know what that is?
Sort of flour.
Chickpea flour.
That's what you make poppadoms with.
Chickpea flour?
Yeah.
No, made a poppadom.
Oh.
Have you?
No.
Let's have a look in here.
More spices.
Oh, right, we've got some rice here that's seen better days. About 3 years ago, in fact.
Let's have a look in the fridge.
Okay, so we've got yogurts, we've got lots of fresh vegetables.
Oh,
Look at
nice fresh veggies.
that. These, tomatoes, loads going on here. Salmon. This is garlic and herb salmon, so it's already got the marinade on.
And yet they've
And
got...
yet they've got a world of spices in their fridge.
Have you got some ideas?
Loads of ideas. All those vegetables, fresh fish. Yeah, we could do lots with that.
Time to find out what Matt is made of.
To To broaden their horizons, I'm going to show the family a new way of using their chickpea flour, making a Mediterranean pancake called a soccer bread, topped with veg and salmon.
It's a street food from Nice, a very sort of thick pancake.
Lovely.
I'm starting with a pancake base.
The nice thing about this is that this flour is gluten-free and it's also packed with protein because it's made of chickpeas.
Next, crush some fennel seeds.
I've always wanted to do that. What do I do then?
Put it down and then just grind it.
Okay.
Just kind of bump and grind.
And add to the flour. Cover in stock. A fish stock is good, but chicken or veg will also be fine.
So not too sloppy. Make sure there's no lumps. And then just let that sit.
While the batter rests, time for the topping, starting with the traffic light peppers from the fridge.
Easiest way to sort these out, take the top and tail, and then just roll like that.
I'm adding garlic, sliced onion and cherry tomatoes. It's a great way of using up tomatoes on the turn, with a can of chickpeas from the cupboard.
Now that goes into a hot oven about 180 for about sort of 25-30 minutes. And it goes nice and kind of roasty and crispy. Okay?
Yes, that looks delicious.
Okay. Next, the marinated salmon, though you could easily leave this out for a cheaper veggie version or add something like courgette instead.
Let's cook. This in all will cook in about sort of 6 to 8 minutes.
Finally, fry the pancake batter in a really hot pan.
Right, you ready?
No. Oh my goodness.
Cover with a mix of yogurt and cumin and pile everything on.
They will not have thought to have done all of that before. I'm absolutely confident, and it sounds delicious.
The family's back. It's time to see if Matt's successfully shaken new life into the Puri's familiar ingredients, or whether his pancake meal will fall flat.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi. That's
Matt.
surprise.
Light shirt.
Come and have a seat.
Here, come and have a seat. I'm going to get some food.
Thank you.
Okay, so.
Oh wow.
Okay.
This is delicious.
That bread is absolutely amazing. And did this come out of our oven?
Yes.
Every time I use it, fire alarm goes off.
Really? Yeah. Everything here was in your cupboard or in your fridge.
Oh,
Pretty good.
I'm really impressed.
That dish, if you were to go out and buy the ingredients, was £4.72. So that's only sort of £1.57 a head.
I couldn't believe, that's under £5, to be very honest. I was thinking more like £10, £11 minimum.
What do you think you spend a week on your food shopping?
At least £60.
The receipts show that you're spending £59 a week on food shopping, but that doesn't take into account the meal out and the delivery per week. So that's obviously going to push your costs up.
Don't tell us, please. Let that be a secret.
If you work out your average meal spend, it's coming in at a fraction under £11 per meal. And over the course of a year, your food spend is £3,000 a year.
Oh.
So let's get you out of your meal rut and save you some money.
Very good. Thank you so much.
I'm going to show the Puris how to use that old risotto rice and, as an extra challenge, throw in a dessert to inspire this sweet-toothed family.
So while Matt gets his ingredients ready, I'm off to see if I can save some money on something else the Puris love: coffee. As a nation, we spend £24 million a week on it, and more of us are turning to budget brands. They're big business. With so many alternatives on offer, we've chosen 3 super cheap options for our shoppers to try. We've tracked down the UK's 3 lowest priced supermarket instant coffees from Tesco, Asda and Budgeons to see which you prefer in a blind taste test.
That's full of flavour.
I think it was much more bitter. To me, it's like a little smoother.
The winner will then go head-to-head against the market leader Nescafe to see if it can give it a run for its money.
That's very good. What do you think? Like a bit of a chocolate flavor?
The flavour is better, in my opinion.
This one's
Tesco costs 79 pence per 100 grams, with Asda marginally cheaper at 78 pence. Budgeons is £1.11 per 100 grams. But which of the super cheap coffees wins on taste?
all 3 really good. I don't know. It's so tough to choose.
C is more to my liking.
If I had to pick one slightly better, I'd go number C.
But I would probably go with A.
B.
So I think I'd go with A as well.
Overall, our testers rated the Budgeon's coffee the tastiest, with 64% of our tasters preferring it. But how will our super cheap winner fare against Nescafe, the most popular coffee on the market? Earlier, Budgeon's was the shopper's favourite super cheap coffee, but can it beat popular brand Nescafe? At £3.25 for a 100-gram jar, it's nearly 3 times the price of the Budgeon's coffee.
That is alright, that one. Quite like that.
But I like my coffee strong, so I think I'd prefer B.
Yeah,
to be honest.
me too.
I wasn't a massive fan of B, to be honest.
I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I like A.
Nearly 2/3 of our testers did prefer Nescafe.
B for me.
Mine is also B.
But did they think it was worth the extra money?
I definitely thought that A would be the more expensive.
This one definitely isn't 3 times better in taste.
No. I'd still buy the cheapest, even if I didn't like it, to be honest.
I'd go for the cheaper one.
With many of our testers changing their mind when told the price, the Budgeon's coffee might just be worth a shot.
He's a cheap D.
Back in Kent, time for Matt's second challenge, giving the Puri family the confidence to break out of their usual meal cycle.
I'm making something I know Sipti loves but hasn't made herself in years. A risotto.
Matt's got a fabulous few tips on how to create something delicious, so you won't have to throw a risotto rice away again.
Right, so this risotto revolves around these prawns and a stock. First thing you need to do, we need the base. So we need to sweat an onion and some garlic. So do you want to have a go chopping those down quite finely?
Of course, yeah.
Soften in a pan for around 10 minutes. You don't want too much colour. And add the risotto rice.
So the other key to making a good risotto is hot stock. If you add cold stock, it slows everything right down. You don't get that creaminess from the rice.
We never knew that.
Now, give it a ladle at a time. Stir that. So you add a ladle, and you let that completely absorb. When that's absorbed, you add another ladle. And you can see it getting creamier and creamier.
A good risotto base is perfect for reinventing ingredients, avoiding waste and saving money.
So any leftovers, I would fold that into a really nice kind of parmesan-rich base.
Leftover chicken, leftover
Yeah, I mean, if
lamb.
slow-cooked chicken, you could just flake that into the end.
What about the tomatoes that were going in the food waste?
Exactly.
So you only need to add a handful of luxury ingredients
Absolutely.
to make it a whole meal, don't you?
Yeah.
You could add meat from a couple of chicken thighs or some frozen salmon, but we're shelling out on some prawns.
Now, there's not many prawns in this, because we're saving money. So if we divide them in half like this, they'll just go a little bit further. Throw in those prawns, and you can watch them change colour. So stir those around, and they will, as soon as they go pink...
That is so weird how they go pink.
That's it, they're cooked.
Frozen peas and some chopped mint would make a super cheap veggie alternative. Finally, add rocket, butter, and lemon juice.
Well, that's definitely rocket as an ingredient, not a garnish, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, but you want to taste it, you know?
Could Matt's risotto be a new addition to the family's menu?
Arhan, do you want to come and taste?
Straight in.
Nice.
Is that all right?
The prawns are perfectly cooked. Risotto is perfectly cooked.
Tastes lovely, looks lovely.
So this, per head, £1.62.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So £4.85.
For the whole dish?
For the whole dish. Wow. Yeah.
The family's average spend is £10.97 on an evening meal, so this risotto is less than half the cost of their normal dinner at home.
Sipti, how much do you spend when you order risotto at your favourite restaurant?
It's minimum about 7 to 8 quid just for a small portion.
So just over £1.50 compared to £7 that you're normally
£7, yeah.
spending.
And that's only for mushrooms. I don't even have prawns, so, you know. Apart from pasta, we can eat risotto as well.
Every 5 minutes, I'll say.
We'll also be needing a dessert because puds account for a quarter of this family's evening meal spend, and they never make their own.
Budding baker Arhan is helping out.
Arhan, what's your favourite pudding?
Chocolate cake.
I think we might be in luck then, Matt.
Right, so this is a really gooey chocolate cake, almost like chocolate brownie.
Melt chocolate and butter over a pan of water. It's a good way of using up leftover chocks from Christmas. Add sugar,
It looks delicious already, though.
Somebody's excited
My
already.
teeth are hurting looking at it.
Remove from the heat and add 2 eggs. Add the flour, beat it all together and pour half the mixture into a lined baking tray. Whip vanilla extract into cream cheese and scatter over some chopped chocolate before covering with the rest of the mixture.
So it's really important you do this from a height
Watch out!
over a child. Okay, well, we're ready to go. So 25 minutes, keep an eye on it. That's it.
It's fantastic.
There were a couple of bananas you chucked into the food waste. If you put banana in this,
That'd
it would
be delicious.
give it... Yeah.
You and your ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Now for the moment of truth.
Right, okay, so there's your fudgy brownie. Tuck in.
Oh,
Let me know what you think.
Ready? That's really, really
Good,
nice.
isn't it?
That's beautiful in the middle.
All that
nice
sugar.
and gooey.
It's giving it that nice crust.
The crust is just amazing on the top.
Yeah.
And it is so rich. You don't actually need a lot of it. That's going to feed around 8 people at about 34 pence a head.
Cheapest brownie we've ever had.
With Matt giving the Puris menu new ideas, one thing they'll hopefully be more adventurous with cooking is meat. As a nation, we spend £334 million a week on it.
But the price of meat has risen by 3.2% in the past year, and with no signs of dropping, how can we cut down our costs while still enjoying the nation's favourites?
To find out how to save money on the weekly meat shop, I've come to meet butcher Russell Akeel.
If people want to save money on meat rather than cut down on the amount of meat that they're eating, what is your advice?
There are cheaper cuts to go for. Beef shin, beef cheek and oxtail, they're all good cuts. Take a little bit longer to cook, but they're great value for money. The sirloin, ribeye steak and fillet steak are more expensive because they're easier to cook, quicker to cook. Or you can go for a little bit less popular cut, which is bavette steak, which is equally as good. Just cook it nice and rare, slice it nice and thin. You save pretty much half the price.
As well as changing cuts, you can also swap the type of meat to a cheaper one.
If you're making your typical bolognese or lasagna, people generally use 100% beef mince. But if you switch it even 50-50 or even 80-20 and take pork mince in, for example, you'll save about 10-15%. The beefy flavour will still be there, and the pork is a little bit more fatty, but will add lovely flavour to it.
But to save money and still eat exactly what you want, you can do your own meat prep. Chicken is the UK's most popular meat. We spend nearly £60 million a week on poultry.
So if you do it yourself compared to buying the pieces, you can save roughly 10-15%.
I can imagine people are a little bit nervous of breaking down a whole chicken, but if it's going to save them money, can you show me how to do it?
Yeah, sure, definitely. You can't really go wrong. And the first part is to do the legs. You can naturally see the join here. With your knife, come through. This is another hidden gem of the chicken is the oyster cut there, which is the best part when it's roasting whole. You just want to go around that, find the leg join. That's one whole leg. Do exactly the same to the other side. Then you've got the 2 wings. Just turn your chicken over and you can find the join, which is here. Just go straight through, there's one of your wings. So then you're just left with the breasts. Just come down backbone here, down the other side, and just take them off. So there's one of your breasts. Classic chicken breast there, that's with the skin on, so you can roast it like that. You can always take the skin off, and then that's your typical skinless breast there. Split in half, you've got the thigh and the drumstick. There's your chicken thigh, there's your chicken drumstick. And then you've got the chicken carcass here, which is great for your soups.
You obviously have to get your hands dirty.
Yep, you've got to get your hands dirty, but with a little bit of practice, something that's worth learning to try.
So, for example, take a weekly family meat shop of 4 chicken breasts, wings, thighs and drumsticks, 4 fillet steaks and a pack of beef mince. Do your own butchery and swap to cheaper versions, and a family of 4 could save more than £550 a year.
It's advice that could save the Puris money too. To break the monotony of eating the same few dishes day after day, they eat out as much as twice a week, and their favourite meal is peri chicken.
So Matt's final challenge is a big one, to give mum and dad a cut-price alternative that's even tastier.
We're helping you get out of your meal rut and perhaps create some dishes which would save you money on your takeaways and going out.
Yeah.
Matt, what have we got here that's going to save them some money and taste gorgeous?
Okay, so look, if you want to save money, you want to eat well, this is what you want to go for, okay?
A whole chicken.
A whole bird. So what we're going to do with this bird, we're going to spatchcock it. That's going to cut down on the cooking time, and it's also going to make it nice and easy to joint.
Fantastic.
So what you want to do is turn this over and cut down this central spine and just chop, 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 chop.
Cut out the spine using meat scissors, flip the bird over and press down firmly.
Now we got it like this, that's spatchcocks. If you then put some slits, these are the thickest part of the meat here, so if you put a few slits in, not too deep.
Deseed some chili peppers and put in the blender with garlic, paprika, tomato puree and red wine vinegar. Finish with the juice from a lemon and blitz. Total cost £1.12p.
Pour it all over, and then you get your hands in there and just massage it, both sides.
Ever massaged a chicken before, Sipti?
No, thank you.
Even I've not got a massage before, so I don't think maybe chicken is lucky, you know.
Into the oven at 200 degrees. We'll check it after half an hour.
Seeing the whole birds, they're not scary, right?
I think that's much easier if it turns out all right.
If.
There's no if.
100% it'll turn out all right. I mean, I'm sorry, you know what? No.
I'm also going to make some wedges as a side dish. Simply coat them in cooking oil and peri spice mix. For a healthier option, at just a couple of pence more, you could use sweet potatoes, which are one of your 5 a day.
That's it, right, we'll chuck those in the oven as well. And then all we got to do is boil up the corn, serve alongside. That's it.
45 minutes later and it's ready to go. And any leftovers will store in the fridge for 3 days.
Nearly as quick as a takeaway, but does it taste as good?
Okay, there you go, guys.
Wow, that
There's
looks
your chicken.
delicious.
Should we give it a try?
Yep.
Dive in.
Is that all I have?
That's so soft and delicious.
And easy to do, right?
Very
much,
nice.
much easier. Yeah.
Good, so you're not going to be afraid of your oven anymore?
No.
No.
No?
Oh, those potatoes are delicious.
Best I ever tasted, I said.
And cooked all the way through.
When you go out and have your peri chicken meal out, how much do you normally spend each?
£35 as a family.
So you're spending well over £10 a head.
Yeah.
So all that is £5.81
Wow.
for everything here. So that's considerably cheaper than going out to a restaurant.
That's extremely cheap.
That's a massive saving now that you know how to cook it yourself.
That's a massive difference of £8.
Per head, yeah, no, absolutely.
per head.
Amazing.
You're spending £3,000 a year on your weekly food shopping, but on top of that, you're spending almost £2,000 on the takeaways and the meals out. If you cooked the save money good food way and added more variety into your weekly menu and stopped spending money on the takeaways and the meals out, you could save £2,937 on your bills a year.
Wow.
That's quite a large chunk of cash.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We've never thought of saving so much money.
No.
Exactly. Yeah.
So do you think you got more confidence in the kitchen now?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We trust the oven now.
Hiya! Today we've tried Matt and Susanna's recipe.
And for the risotto.
Well done! So this week we haven't had any takeouts for the last 7 days, literally. I've added the prawns and they look very delicious. They've turned pink now. We promise we're gonna make more and more cooked food throughout the week and waste nothing now.